So I'm Mark Barrera from TrustRadius, and we're just talking to people who have used TrustRadius to buy business software and learn more about the ups and downs of the buying experience. So we're just looking for your honest feedback about your usage of TrustRadius, but also the software purchasing process in general. So
Okay.
can you go ahead and briefly describe your role in your company?
I was like when I did use TrustRadius, I was a content manager for a driving school based out of California. So I was kind of creating the content for social media for our website, blogs, email marketing, and courses that we were developing as well.
Awesome, thank you. And when you were using TrustRadius to make a purchase decision, what was the size of a typical buying committee? Or was this something software you were making decisions on your own, or was it with a group?
Usually it was like I was kind of making them on my own, but I would always have to run things by my boss just for approval. But then we also have towards the end, like we had a marketing team where there was about 5 or 6 of us that were kind of working together to on different projects, but sometimes using similar software along the way.
Perfect. And then how would you typically use TrustRadius? Are you using it to find new software, comparing options, just reading reviews of products you already have identified, or what does that look like for you?
A little of all. I would often use TrustRadius to for the reviews. I did a lot with like after researching, finding different products or software that we might be interested in. I would use TrustRadius to kind of read the reviews, and I'm familiar with your like the platform and everything, so just kind of trying to get some more information and details about not only the product, because I know there's a breakdown of the different software that's available, but also the reviews, just because I feel it's a little bit more trustworthy than the actual site, because any website or platform or software is going to put the best of the best reviews out there. So kind of using almost like a third party resource as a review option is something I find to be useful when purchasing software.
Awesome, appreciate that. And then how influential would you say someone like TrustRadius is in that purchase decision?
For me, I would say pretty high, like influentially, just because like I have trust in you guys, like because I've used you before and just familiar with what you guys are doing. So I think it comes from, multiple sources, and like not getting paid by the company to review or anything like that, or like a paid like post, guest post or anything like that. So um I think just I've come to trust you guys and find it to be reliable. And I have found multiple cases of reviews on there, not all positive, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, so it is nice to see that there are some people that have had issues that might be a little bit of a warning to, do we want to go with this software or not? So that is nice to see.
Awesome. And when looking through those reviews, does the quality of content make a difference to you, or are you relying just on product scores, or how do you view that when kind of going through the reviews?
I think a little bit of the content, and basically, like, I mean, I like to read what people have to say, and what how they feel about it, and if there are any specific issues, where it's nice to kind of see like numbers or stars or whatever. Like, that's always nice what their score would be. But like, I like reading a little bit more, just because I might give someone a 5 or a 4 on something out of 4 or 5, type of thing, 5 stars. But it could be like, what's the reason behind that? Like, I kind of want to know. So it's nice to see a score, but it's also, I think it's better to kind of read the story behind that score.
Okay. And beyond the score or the content of the review, are there other things that help you make a decision as to whether a product will be a good fit? So do you look at feature ratings? Do you look at product videos, integrations, any other things that come to mind?
I think I have checked out videos before, and just kind of like doing research on that way, and kind of seeing, if there's like what other details are out there regarding the products or that software. I have done, I like free trials if it's available, like that's a nice offering that companies do, and like a 7-day free trial or 3-day, whatever it is. But trying to get like our hands in the mix and seeing if this is something that we could find useful and that would be benefit to us, and being able to see like right inside the platform what tools are there and what tools might not be there that we need. So I have done that with a few different software options that offer the free trial. So that is something that through the company that we have used
Okay.
many times.
And are you able to describe a time when information from TrustRadius directly influenced a software purchase decision?
Um, I was trying to think like the last one that I did, because I know that I did look at you guys, and I can't remember the specific software to be completely honest. But I know that the last one I used, I was looking up reviews and stuff like that and just trying to get more details about it, kind of do the Google search. And you guys were one of the companies that did like pop up on the just Google search. So I did go through that. I think it was for what is the like DocuSign, Hello Sign or something. They changed their name to. But that company, it was, I was kind of researching and just kind of trying to see, because there's different, like we were using a different option for that electronic signature. So just trying to see if this one might be worthy and a good option. So you guys were one that came up. So I was looking through the details of that and read through some of the reviews that were out there. There was quite a few, and they all seemed, more on the positive side. So that helped me in switching over to the different software.
So to that point, do you feel like TrustRadius was a nice to have, a must have, or what is the role it made in making that decision in your mind?
I think it was nice to have, and it's nice to have. Like I said, it kind of gives a little bit non-bias, I guess, feedback on a software. Just because, like I said, like there's a lot of companies, that are going to put the best of the best out there or have sponsored reviews that they offer to companies as well. So those aren't always as trustworthy. So I think like with a platform like TrustRadius, you're going to get, I feel, the truth. Like it's something that is out there. They're not trying to put only great reviews. They're just looking for people that have used the product, that purchased the software, to give a review so others can use that information moving forward. So to me, I think it's nice to have, and it's not a must have. I like to not put it as must have, but it's nice to have. Like it's kind of like I use multiple sources or multiple things I'll like combine to make a final decision on a purchase. So it's like these reviews are great to have. There's like if I'm able to get that free trial, like to use it myself as well, like that's nice to have too. So kind of all those combined are a must have. So that's why like I don't put it as the must have. Like nice to have a combination of things to form that final decision.
Perfect. And to go down that path of the things that you consult to make a purchase decision, what are the other sources of information you rely on to help guide that?
I think like doing a Google search for, I often like if it's a certain like electronic signature product, for whatever software platform I'm trying to purchase or use or look into, I guess. Kind of doing a Google search for that, seeing what's out there, looking up reviews, which would come like from TrustRadius would be one of those. Sometimes I've watched videos like YouTube reviews of certain products or certain platforms that are out there, just to see, because there's users, or it could be like tech companies or something too that have done reviews of different software platforms. So I have watched YouTube videos, look at the actual website for the software and kind of seeing what their options are and checking out other options as well, kind of comparing the different platforms that are there. So using the actual website would be part of it as well.
Okay, perfect. And then putting trust radius aside, are there any trends, good or bad, or things that you like or don't like in the buying process, or things that vendors are doing that you don't like? Or Can you describe how you view the viewing process and anything you'd like to change, or the good and the bad in that?
I think like one we were looking up, I guess like an annoyance of mine would be just that like basically to get any pricing information from companies you need to hop on a quick call with them, and it's never a quick call. And I get the point of what they're trying to do. It's all like a sales type thing and trying to get you to sign up for their program, and having that interaction is always nice to have. So I understand that. But sometimes like when I'm researching and I'm trying to put together like a spreadsheet or a table of like these are our options, these are the prices, and this is what like this one offers, this is what this one offers. I don't always have time to hop on like 5 different calls with people, so it's nice to see one place, or like just on the website, or if it's somewhere else, like that has the pricing, that has the details, that breakdown of stuff, so I can kind of bring that to my boss instead of having to spend more time doing it. So that is a trend that I've seen. Went through it with a marketing, like different platforms that we were looking into getting into. Each one, it was a phone call that I had to have. So it's a little, I don't like appreciate, I don't enjoy that aspect of it. And I wish it was a little simpler that they would put it out there, but then it's just out there for you to decide and not have them influence. So,
You're not alone. We hear that from a lot of
right,
our users, and we've actually been investing a lot into pricing information on our site and trying to pull that out of reviews for that reason. So completely agree.
right. Yeah. Yeah. That is great.
And then kind of along those lines, you mentioned the challenge of talking with people. How much do you tend to consult with salespeople, or does that play much of a role in your buying process?
Um, I say like I try not to, like if it's possible, like if it's a platform that it's just available, like showing the price and everything. Like for that one like specific example I was using, like we were looking into a marketing platform and trying to like combine a bunch of different platforms into one. So it was a bigger purchase. So I can understand like having to talk to people, and it was nice in that way because it kind of my boss hopped on the calls with us, and like he knew like the back end side of things, like what was needed and like how we were getting things set up. So it is nice to have that interaction with people and ask the questions that are needed to see if like this platform is what we need instead of doing like a 7-day trial type thing. So it is nice for that. Some like it's nice. Like I feel like with that too, we kind of got some better offers with it. Like to try to coax us to come over to them. So like, hey, because we were shopping and we told them like we were looking at different platforms. So we got a little better deals by actually talking to people or offers to sign up with them. Like, hey, we can give you this or we can add on this. So that was nice because, it's the sales side of things. They're trying to sell and, get that sign up from you. So.
Okay, awesome, perfect. And then you talked about scores and content being important. TrustRadius and other sites do feature awards for different things for products. Is that something you look at, or do you kind of skip over that, or do you place any value in that type of information?
I think like it's nice to see, I guess, like depending on what the award is or whatever. I feel like it's something I would kind of skim over, but not really pay a huge amount of attention to.
Okay. And then along those lines, some different sites offer these 2x2 grids showing products in a category and their placement on those. Analyst firms are also a source that people use. Do either of those tend to be things that you use in your purchase decision?
I don't think so. No. No, not really.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to let us know either about Trust Radius and ways we can make the site better or features we could add?
No, I think like I like what you guys have. And just being able to search for different software and seeing the different reviews. I think like what you guys are doing is pretty great. So I appreciate it.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, I definitely appreciate your time and thanks for the insights.
All right. Thank you.